Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. I will be reading your questions today, the questions that you have asked me on my Instagram profile, which is Super Dacob, all spelled together. You've asked me a lot of different questions, very stimulating, interesting questions. Let's get right to them. I've mentioned this before and I'm repeating myself in every video, but you know, they're super intelligent and great questions, so I can't get through all of them in one video. So, you know, we're splitting them through and we're having this conversation through several videos, which I always love to do the most because this channel is about you and me together. It's not just me monologuing, you know. Okay, which I tend to do from time to time because I am alone in front of the camera right now. But thank God for your questions because they're here. So, Ramia17, how you doing, sweetie? So Ramia or Ramaya17, have you ever tried or like any of the Guerlain exclusive lines or any Tom Ford private blends, and also Frédéric Mal's? Also, how do you feel about Chanel's Homme line? Would love to hear your opinions on all these lines. Wow, thank you so much for the question. Okay, first of all, Chanel Homme line. Do you mean the Chanel male clothing line or perfumes? As far as the clothing line is concerned, it's a minimal line. Lagerfeld does design, or his team does design, a couple of pieces for men every season, and I love it, but it's very small and it's been shrinking lately rather than growing, so it's really hard to get the pieces anywhere else but in Rue Cambon 31 and maybe a couple select other boutiques worldwide. But I do think, since you mentioned Guerlain and Frédéric Mal and Tom Ford, I think you meant the Chanel Pour Homme fragrance line. Well, as far as the Chanel Homme fragrance line, I love Pour Monsieur. Even though I'm not a big fan of the Eau de Toilette Concentré, I still love it now that it's discontinued and kind of it reminds me of how it used to smell. But I love the Eau de Parfum, I love the Eau de Toilette, which is the original formulation. I mean, it's been reformulated, but that's the one. The Eau de Toilette is the Henri Robert formulation, and the Eau de Parfum is the Jacques Polge formulation. I'm not a big fan of the other. Oh no, sorry. Ooh, big mistake. I love Egoiste. Egoiste, the first Egoiste, not Platinum. I loved Egoiste Platinum when it came out, but now it's been reformulated and it just bites the nose. Something is nasty in there and very cheap. Allure Homme, meh. Not a big fan of the Homme range in general. It's so... Oh! Again, what's wrong with me? My brain is dead. Anteos. I love Anteos. Anteos was I think the first male fragrance Jacques Polge made for Chanel, and I still love it today. So I guess I like the older ones because Anteos was from the 80s. I love it. Egoiste was from something like 1990, 1991. I love it. Pour Monsieur is from the 50s. I love it. Everything after Egoiste, nope, not really for me. Even though I like some facets like Edition Blanche or Velour Spot or Homme or whatever, yeah, but I don't own it. I don't use it. I don't have it. Not a big fan, to be honest with you. Guerlain, different story. Big fan, little budget. This year, I'm not purchasing anything new, so that's complicated, but there will be a Guerlain video coming, and one particular review coming. And I'm not going to mention it yet because I don't want to jinx it. You never know. I mean, there's still months and months ahead before I can actually get to review this thing, and I can't buy it yet. So, and the problem is it's been said that it will be discontinued soon. So I'm very worried that I might not get a chance to review, but it's a fragrance from their kind of that has become their own exclusives range that you can't get everywhere. And it's a fragrance that has something to do with Chanel, even though it's Guerlain. There, I'm not going to say anything else. I love Samsara. I love Jiki. I love Mitsuko. I love Shalimar. Wait, am I making a mistake now with Samsara? No, I love Samsara, but I don't know if it's Guerlain anymore. Let's see. Computer says no. No, I'm kidding. we're checking stuff out as we go along. Thank God, it's Guerlain. For a second there, I thought it was Hermès. What a mess I am today. So yes, and what about Jiki? Did I make a mistake about Jiki? No, I'm like totally confused, guys. Your questions are sending me to, no. It's Guerlain as well. Shalimar, I'm not a big fan of Shalimar's 1001 variation on formulations. I love the Pure Parfum. Oh, it's so smoky. It's delicious. But I'm a Chanel boy. What can I say? I try everything. I do everything. I spray on everything. And I'm open to smelling everything. And I even have from drugstore perfumes to really... Oh, here. I could show you this. This is a surprise. Well, it's not going to be a surprise anymore if I show it to you. But Dita Fonte's. I even have, in the archive, these have been discontinued, but I'm going to review them sooner or later. Dita Fonte's Erotic. And then I have Dita Fonte's, what's back there? Rouge. Like everything, from drugstore perfumes to expensive ones. But the thing is this. At the end of the day, I always go back to the Les Exclusives. The ingredients in those eau de toilettes and Pure Parfums, the ingredients in those are just so pure, so elevating for the soul and elevated that I just keep going back to those. Tom Ford, I don't like. I find them quite pretentious. Yes, they're intense and deep, and a lot of you love those perfumes that have like longevity and sillage, beastly sillage, and I get all that. But I find them very pretentious because they're so overpriced and they're so... I don't know. I just don't get Tom Ford in general. I have respect for him. I loved what he did for Gucci. Oh, Gucci under Tom Ford, incredible. And I love the fragrances that were done under his direction for Gucci. And mind you, it's not that I don't appreciate the smells of his range and also his cosmetic and beauty and makeup line. I just never feel like I need to purchase it. That like I need to own it. I never feel like I need to use it to smell like those fragrances. I appreciate them from afar, if that makes any sense. And Frederic Mal, sure. But also, again, I never feel that urge to dive into those fragrances. I know them, I respect them, from a distance again, not something that is so close to my heart. It's something that I acknowledge, I respect, I like, but it's nothing I want to give money for. Sarah_pumpkin_pie. Sarah Pumpkin Pie, how you doing, sweetie? I also want to hear your thoughts on Guerlain fragrances. Oh, okay, especially on the classics like Shalimar. Oh, okay. I think there are poetic perfumes with such beautiful history behind each creation. I've always wondered how you might feel about them. Always love your videos. Thank you so much, Sarah Pumpkin Pie. I love pumpkin pie. But anyway, I'm not going to repeat myself. So there you have it. I already gave the answer to that question. And yes, I do love Guerlain. And even more than Chanel, nobody packages a fragrance in their exclusives range. I'm talking about the exclusives range where the boxes open up like this. Nobody packages a perfume like Guerlain does. So that's hands down the most elegant and luxurious way of packaging fragrance. A very ancient way, and also in the bottles, but it's just so beautiful. Invisible Girl 422, how you doing, sweetie? I have a question, dear Dacob. Just out of curiosity, do you ever wear denim jeans? And if not, why? Oh, also, have noticed Chanel in the USA has raised prices on their fragrances recently and also is sending emails advertising the eau de parfum Les Exclusives. Chanel, the greedy little we're not going to say the whole word because YouTube is censoring everything these days because they're very, very scared that they're not going to get their sponsors if the content creators use any word other than flowers, love, unity. Seriously, it's 2017. Can we keep it real, people? I digress. Yes, I have been told and I have noticed Chanel has raised their prices yet again for perfumes, especially the Les Exclusives range in America. That has not happened in Europe yet. It's a travesty. It's really obnoxiously annoying. You're giving us lesser quality and you're upping the price yet again. I'm done. Especially because I'm an eau de toilette, Les Exclusives lover from Jacques Polge, Olivier Polge's eau de parfums, meh. The only eau de parfum I purchased was Boy when it first came out, but because Boy was only made as an eau de parfum, never as an eau de toilette. Maybe they're going to retweak them. Maybe Chanel is listening to us. Maybe, you know, maybe in a year's time or something, I'm going to make a video and say, guys, oh my God, number 22 eau de parfum, you know, maybe I'm going to make a video like stating that something is better now. But for now, it ain't. And I test them from time to time. Every time I'm in the city or something and passing by a Chanel counter that has Les Exclusives, of course I always sniff on them in the hopes that some enlightenment will happen. But no, the eau de parfums are really bad, in my personal, humble opinion. Denim jeans. Very good question. Very well noted, my dear. Well, I know you're with me on Instagram, so you've seen, you know, the latest, one of the latest pictures I've posted. I am wearing actually denim. I'm wearing jeans that are printed with amazing colors and patterns, like from Versace from the 90s. But I wouldn't wear them if they were just blue denim jeans. There was a phase when I used to wear denim, but I don't wear it anymore. I love this vintage Dolce & Gabbana jeans from the jeans brand. From the jeans Dolce & Gabbana sub-brand. Denim shirt. I love that piece from the 90s. It's like 20 years old, and I love that, and I wear it from time to time, but not denim jeans. I don't like them. And I don't like them on the butt. I mean, I used to wear them. There was a phase where I was only wearing jeans, but I just don't like how saggy they become on the body. And I'm not a big fan of those like skinny jeans, which are kind of more spandex than denim. So I don't really consider those jeans. They're just like thicker leggings that look blue. What was I saying? But I don't like regular fit jeans. With time, they just kind of start to sag. And you get this, and then they're thickened away, and then if you sweat, and then and they never really dry if you're not using a dryer. And I'm trying to preserve the environment, and I try to take care of like what I eat, how I purchase it, no plastic, well, as less plastic as possible, even though that's impossible really in today's day and age. It's possible, but it requires so much work and time, and if I ever do have that amount of time, I will definitely dedicate myself completely to avoiding plastics. But darn, when I open 300 parentheses, I lose myself in the labyrinth, and I don't know how to come back anymore. What was I talking about? Denim. And then why was I talking about plastic and denim? Pfft, beats the hell out of me. Okay, well, anyway, back to denim. Darn, I wish I could remember. Of course, when I re-see the video, I'm going to totally, when I rewatch it, I'm like, oh, of course that sentence triggered that thought. So darn, why did I forget it? I just forget. I'm getting tired. I'm getting hungry too. It begins to sag a little, denim, when you wear it, the jeans. And like from the student time, you know, it reminds me so much of a period of my life. Ah, yes, washing. Okay, so the denim jeans, it's difficult to preserve them because I'm trying not to use the dryer because I want to preserve the environment. There you have it. Wow, my brain still works. Yes. And hence, everything I dry, I hang it to dry. But denim has a sneaky tendency of not really drying fully because it's a very thick material. And then it could smell, you know, bad because it doesn't dry completely. And I hate that, specifically about denim. So, for example, even in summer, you would need to literally turn on the heating and put the denim piece on top to make sure it dries quickly, you know, and I just don't want to do that. So you have that issue, and then the issue of the decoloration. You know, there's the two denim pieces I adore with all my heart is my denim shirt, which you see me wear often on YouTube, and of course, my denim Jumbo Chanel perfume embroidered bottle bag. But jeans, nope. But who knows? You know, who knows? Everything changes all the time. But I'm more of a pant type of person. Or even jogging pants. I prefer those to jeans. They're comfy. Underscore Kiadora underscore. How you doing, sweetie? Kiadora asks, what does the fashion mean to you? To me, it's the way you can express yourself, your personality, mood, etc. To me, it's an art, a piece of designer's soul and mind, the idea. Well, Kiadora, to me, this is the thing. If a designer is truly honest about his intentions and really creating for the sake of giving us a piece of him or herself, then I agree with you. But a lot of design industry and business nowadays is just money oriented. They just produce to sell as massively as possible. And that's where there's no art. Yes, there is the art of money making, but I don't consider that an art. I don't consider that an art in any way, shape, or form. But a lot of people are very money greedy and love money, and they just wish to have as much money as possible, and they make all their lives rotate around money, 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 money. What are you going to do when you die? Are you going to get buried with all your money? It's just paper at the end of the day. So, whatever. But what does fashion mean to me? Such a difficult question because there's so much to take in consideration. I love fashion. I love style, and style and fashion are two separate things, as Coco tells us. Yeah, maybe I always say, I breathe and live fashion, but I'm not a fashionista in that term. Like, I'm not so passively subject to its influences. I am in many ways, for sure. I'm not delusional here. But I like when things, I never forget something. And to me, fashion can be very forgettable. When I buy something, I love it forever. I might not wear it for 5 years, but I'm not going to throw it away. I'm not going to sell it. And it's going to be like Christmas all over again when I rediscover it, when I'm back in that mood, or when I want to relive a certain mood I was in when I was wearing a certain piece. So to me, it's like time. It's in a loop. It's not really linear. It's circular. So fashion to me is something circular. It comes and goes in waves. Sometimes I perceive fashion as a necessity of simplicity. Sometimes I'm in a mood that I perceive and need fashion in terms of something complicated and complex. Sometimes I perceive fashion as extremely forward-thinking, avant-garde. Sometimes it's very tacky and outgoing. Sometimes I just want to wear my pink ensemble, jogging pants and hoodie from Jeremy Scott for Adidas with his logo all over the place. That's like a tacky aspect of pop aspect of fashion. But sometimes I want the austere, I want the almost church-like reverence of a black simplicity, simple structured lines, and just a touch of some accessory somewhere, or non-existent accessory at all. Sometimes I want to have blonde hair, sometimes I want to have pink hair, sometimes I want to go darker with my hair again. So there's different Dacobs inside of me, and all of these different Dacobs, oh God, this sounds totally psycho now, but I assure you I'm not, which is like the first thing a crazy person would say, that they're not crazy. So no matter what I say, you're going to think I'm crazy. Well, there you have it. Think whatever you want. But all of these different facets of my persona express themselves in a different way through different styles. You see, style instead of fashion. I said style again. Through different fashions or styles. So I found that very fascinating. Same goes for perfumes. I wake up one day and I have the feeling I need a particular perfume in my life rather than another. I made a review of Sauvage, calling it the douchebag perfume. I hated it. A love-hate relationship, tormented relationship. I'm wearing it right now. I mean, it's my favorite for July. I don't know why. Ooh, little rhyme. Favorite from July, I don't know why. Yeah, I hate it. We're getting at the dry down now, and I'm annoyed by it. But I crave that initial opening note, the aggressive, in-your-face, douchebaggy note. And then there are months when I totally hate it, loathe it, think to myself, what was I thinking to ever wear it? Same goes for things, This cap, it's been over a year that I've worn this hat, and now I'm the cap. Jeremy Scott for New Era, by the way, 2013-14. And here I am wearing it again, out of the blue, And I'm super happy that I found it in the Fashion Bunker archives. It was like with all the other Jeremy Scott hats. And I was like, oh, what's this blue? But this, you know, I'm just attracted by this color, this vibrant color. And I'm like, oh yes, my fake snake plastic hat that looks like a reptile. I was like, wow, that blue, I need that blue in my life. I need to feel that blue around me. So in fact, it's not about the hat. It's about the blue combined with this gray and my mood. That is my fashion approach today. Super abstract. Sorry, guys. I hope you kind of get the ghost of the gist of the concept. Oof, girl, we're going deep. Anyway, guys, it's going to cut me off again. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. More answers to more questions coming very soon in one of my next videos. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me comments in the comment section down below. Let me know other questions if you have any, or just your thoughts and ideas on the things I've said in this video. And if you haven't already but do wish to, please consider subscribing to my channel here on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. No matter how many fashions come and go, one thing will always stay. That's love, because we never give up on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you soon. Take care. Bye.